Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie. Where in tonight's video, I'll be discussing the latest and greatest episode of The Walking Dead World Beyond. Last week, well, before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review like most of my review videos, so watch with extreme caution if you're not caught up by this episode or previous episodes. Excuse me, as I will be discussing very big spoilers, plot details, character stuff, and all that jazz. So you have been warned. That being said, let's get right back into it. Last week's review, I said that last week's episode was the best episode they had done, but I also said it was the best episode they had done so far. This episode that dropped earlier tonight on AMC surpassed that for multiple reasons. And I think one of the reasons why this episode struck me so good is that they gave us some backstory for one of my favorite characters, which is Huck. And they showed us her early days, the early days before the apocalypse, during the initial outbreak when she was a Marine. And it showed us a typical flashback for a lot of characters throughout this franchise that they're carrying around. They're racked with guilt for one reason or another, that they intentionally or unintentionally hurt or got a lot of people killed. And, up until the final moments before she actually turns the gun on her fellow Marines, you think, oh, she participated in the slaughter of innocent civilians, because that's what I was expecting to see during that flashback when the Marines get the orders to kill everyone. I thought, oh, that's why she feels so bad or so guilty about past sins, is because she murdered a bunch of women and children and civilians. And then there's this awesome moment where she kills the power. She hits that electrical button thing or whatever, and then she turns her gun and she guns down all her fellow Marines, her entire unit. And then, of course, it's left up to your imagination to figure out what happened after the standoff between her and her. I don't know if he was her boyfriend or just a friend or a respected fellow Marine, but obviously she probably ended up killing him too after their little standoff. And then it showed her actually leading the people out to safety, not just leaving them in that cage or fence thing, whatever they were, but leading them out to safety outside. And I thought that was a fantastic twist, because I thought, well, here's another character with a tortured past, a tortured complex past, and they feel bad about something that they did. Well, in this case, our character actually did the right thing and doesn't necessarily feel bad about it, but does know how to live with it. So I thought that was particularly awesome. And, I just love that at the last minute, you think she's about to go through with it and help kill these people. And then she kills the power, turns her gun on her fellow Marines, and just takes down her whole unit. I thought that was awesome. Great scene. I thought that was a fantastic twist, and it really caught me and I think a lot of other people off guard. I was sad to see Tony go, the magician, because I thought, during a zombie apocalypse, you would want a magician in your community, because he would be the perfect replacement for TV and movies, because you would have neither of those. And then when I realized, oh, that's not a walker with his face bashed in, that's Tony, because I saw the bald head and the hair on the side, and you're like, well, is Percy's body in there? And I think they're supposed to, it's implied that Silas murdered him and Percy's MIA, but we may not have all the details here, but it certainly does not look good for Silas. And it's not that surprising if it does turn out to be Silas, because we've seen that he has had a murderous past or a murderous impulse before. But I think the growing resentment and jealousy of Percy and Iris was not helping. And you gotta, I'm not defending or justifying if Silas did it. I'm not defending it, mind you, but it's you can understand why he would feel compelled to kill, to eliminate the competition. He was clearly becoming jealous of their flirty relationship and blooming romance, whatever you want to call it, because it looks for a while that it might have been Iris and Silas, but then it's this other guy comes along, this arguably handsome or better looking guy who's a bit more charming and charismatic and almost sweeps the girl off her feet. And the other guy, the more average, homely looking guy, is kind of left in the dark. So you kind of feel for the guy You know, again, I'm not condoning murder, but it's like it's understandable too. So great episode. Cannot wait to see what they do next week. What did you guys think of it? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. The Walking Dead World Beyond only has a few more episodes left in these coming weeks. Let's watch them together. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.